After accepting Max's offer, a guy I met on the side of the road, I find myself forced to have a coffee with him. Very quickly, the atmosphere turns heavy, and I can feel a trap closing in on me. Enjoy the episode.
Keep Your Wings, le podcast.
Chapter 2. Psychological Violence. Max just pulled over along the slightly broken sidewalk. Corner of it, several parasols and makeshift table have been set up. Right across the street stood a small place serving cold drinks. I got off the bike and looked around to get my beer in. Good news, we are still in the city center. I thought I recognized the neighborhood where my hostel was located. My mysterious driver snapped his finger, and two Vietnamese guys, tucked inside the bar, brought out some small colorful plastic stool. In Vietnam, those chairs are pretty much stacked on every street corner.
Do you like coffee?
Max asked me suddenly. I answered with a timid yes, even though it's not really my thing. He turned to the waitress, pointed at me, and spoke to her. Then, he rummaged through the pocket of his biker jacket and offered me a cigarette from his already half-empty pack. No thanks, I haven't smoked in a long time. He took the cigarette back, brought it to his chapped lips, lit it, and took a deep drag. Max smiled again and pulled out a slightly crumped photo from his faux-leather wallet.
Yeah, that's my wife, and our trick is.
You've got a beautiful family, I reply a bit forced, knowing he expected a compliment.
They need me to bring food at home every day. It's not easy. Oh look,
He exclaimed.
here comes our coffees.
The waitress returned and hastily set down two iced coffee, each with a giant rectangular ice cube floating inside. Max grabbed his glass and nodded for me to take mine. I picked it up and took my first sip of iced coffee. Not bad. I was actually surprised. I usually only drink coffee to dip chocolate biscuit in it. Max rummaged again in his jacket and once more offered me a cigarette. No thanks, I don't smoke, I repeated, waving off again. Max didn't react. He kept waving the cigarette in front of me. I shook my head from side to side. I didn't want it. Suddenly, his face turned stern.
It's rude to refuse. People don't like that in Vietnam.
He said. I felt uneasy. In the end, I took the cigarette and thanked him. As soon as I lit it, he changed the subject and asked if I was married. No, it's a bit too soon for me, I joked. I see myself more as...
Want me to show you some cool graces?
He cut in.
Vietnamese girls are really pretty, you know. They like that it like you.
Haha, that's kind, but I'm good for now. I just arrived and I would actually like to meet...
Want some mushrooms?
He interrupted abruptly. No thanks, I shot back, suddenly realizing he wasn't really listening to me. You could start by telling me how much the private tour costs, for example.
It's 2 million dong.
Ouch, that's a lot more than the 40,000 my agency quoted, I said, surprised by the huge price difference. I think that's out of my budget. He pulled out the photo of his family again and repeated that he had to work hard to feed them. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't like Max's methods, but I tried to put myself in his shoes and told myself that 75 euros wasn't that much. Damn empathy. I started torturing myself with guilt. I eventually agreed, hoping it turned out to be a good guide and that the moment would be worth remembering. But I quickly added that I didn't have much cash on me. Max stood up without finishing his coffee and said,
Let's go to the ATM. Certain give me a deposit.
A deposit?
Yeah, at least 800,000. That way I can feed my family tonight.
Okay, sure, I agreed reluctantly.
Don't forget to pick our coffees.
He reminded me as he was already swinging his leg over the motorbike. My eyes widened as I handed a bill to the waitress. Unbelievable, I muttered to myself. I didn't know why, but the knowing smile between the waitress and the two men near the cafe made me feel especially weird. I felt trapped with zero confidence. The fear of being judged, of losing face, started creeping in. I climbed on the bike mechanically, not really believing in any of it anymore. Max drove me to an ATM.
I'll wait right here.
He said, leaving the engine running. I slid into the small air-conditioned glass boot and thought long and hard as I inserted my card. What if I told him I had no money or I forgot my PIN? I chuckled nervously. I knew it wouldn't work. I withdrew the 2 million dong and handed him a bundle of bills. Here's the 800,000 as agreed, I said. He smiled, thanked me, he then dropped me off at my hostel. Of course, I asked for his name, phone number and our meeting point. He pointed to a bar and told me to wait for him there at 9 a.m.
If I were you, I'd go party tonight. You can find all kinds of drugs there.
He said, giving me a nudge in the ribs. I smiled, politely, but was dying to get away from him. All night I kept replaying everything that had happened. Had I been scammed like a rookie? I checked out his Facebook page and saw several photos of him with other backpackers. I tried to stay calm and pray I wasn't the fool in the story. The next morning, I went to the meeting point and waited nervously. A bit for my ego, I'd be really pissed to have been played, and also for the money. It's not that much, I kept telling myself. An hour passed, and Max still hadn't show up. I started to lose hope. I flagged his Facebook account as a scam and shared my story with other backpackers.
Welcome to Vietnam, my man.
One of them said.
Don't worry, we've all been scammed at least once here. Is it your first few days?
Yeah, it's my second day.
Just be careful. Scams are pretty common, especially if you're alone.
I sighed, but thanked the guy for his honesty. A little later, still sitting on the rickety cafe step, I realized my phone was still set to Taiwan time. I had gotten up an hour too early. I still had to wait a few long minutes before Mike showed up. A motorbike roared in the distance. It was him. He arrived right on time, stopped abruptly, and handed me a helmet. I took a deep breath before climbing onto the bike. Let's hope this isn't some kind of trap.